Her daily routine is just immersing in joy with her friends. Everyone is struggling to keep up like Amy. One day, someone casually said, "Let's go wild in Vegas," and Yiffen immediately booked a private jet. They headed straight for Las Vegas, and when they reached the casino, Yiffen and his bro squad checked into a luxurious presidential suite, indulging in the finest wines on display. An endless pool beckons them for endless fun. When fatigue sets in, they dive headfirst into a game of poker. These individuals are either indulging in play or escalating towards even wilder fun, with absolutely no sign of restraint in sight. While butters hold up, they go all out. When not, they call a therapist for high-tech TLC for their gaming machines. The rest are on emotion service, as they can always pay with their salaries wherever they go. After a week of wandering, Ethan mentioned he has to head back to Russia soon. His father instructed him to go back to work, and he showed virtually no hesitation in meeting Annie. Ethan didn't mind at all since it was originally a business deal. But as they chatted, Ethan suddenly proposed that if they got married in the USA, he would become an American and thus avoid going back to Russia. At first, Annie took it lightly, but Ethan grew more earnest. Seeing the look in each other's eyes, Annie, who was far from being clueless, couldn't possibly let slip the opportunity to enter the world of affluence. And so, they held hands together and dashed into a 24-hour chapel in Las Vegas, easy as a midnight snack. Having a wedding is as simple as grabbing a late-night bite. Little did Annie realize that from this moment, she was about to embrace not the luxurious life of her fantasies, but a nightmare that was entirely beyond imagination, involving two extremely immature adults. In the city, some were bragging to everyone about their freshly tied knot. Upon returning, Annie shared heartfelt hugs with her boss and sisters. No one expected her to hit the jackpot so quickly. As soon as she stepped out, she couldn't stop bragging about her honeymoon plans and where to buy her rings, only to run into her arch-nemesis. Diamond's sister mocked her, saying such a marriage wouldn't last 2 weeks. Nowadays, Annie took that as jealousy. Oh, Diamond's sister. Oh, darling, you know what? I really hope you find your joy and meet a suitable trash doctor. What? Alright, Annie, stop playing with my face. That's driving me nuts. We're a pity party. Don't be mad, babe. Don't be mad. Darling, anger is just a— Speaking of Diamond's sister, I just want to relax in my room. Don't you find that uncomfortable? Sigh. 3 massive diamond rings adorn her ring finger. A mink coat worth thousands wrapped her petite frame. Annie was totally lost in this happy illusion, but good times don't last forever. Soon, the priest receives a call. Turns out he's Yiffin's father's henchman, tasked with keeping an eye on Yiffen. Little did he know that just 2 weeks after the divorce, he heard the news of her marrying an unknown woman, and the priest panicked. So, he sent 2 of his little brothers to the villa to check what's going on. They even strategized on the way. After all, they were dealing with a young master, so they couldn't mess up and just needed to keep things steady. Soon, they knocked on Yiffen's door, only to freeze at the sight of 2 bulky dudes. Big Beard was shocked to see the marriage certificate. He never expected it to be real. What a mess. Knowing if the boss got hungry, they'd all be in trouble, he quickly sent the photos to the priest. The priest had been cleaning up Yiffen's mess for over a decade, but this time, he was honestly tired. He called Yiffen's mother under pressure. On the call, the mother let loose on the priest, warning him to cancel the marriage within 24 hours. Remember, it's cancellation, not divorce. They'll fly to the US in 24 hours. After the call ended, the priest quickly changed clothes and left the church, instructing his 2 guys not to let anyone leave. What did you do, Yiffen? What on earth were you thinking? Just 2 weeks ago, I was entangled with you. In just 2 short weeks, and you actually married an expert. What a mess. The priest drove, cursing while confronting Annie. Yiffen didn't care at first. But the moment he heard that the priest's parents were flying in tomorrow, his mood instantly changed. Where are we going, Yiffen? He was clueless and totally lost about what to do next. This makes no sense. Annie couldn't comprehend why Yiffen wasn't returning home. Alright, let's go. I need to get dressed up. I really have to go to the bathroom. Hold up. Wait a moment. Where are you heading to? Where? The burly guy next door almost toppled over, while inside the room, Annie was getting into a fight with the bald dude. Yiffen had already bolted, and Annie vowed not to let him get away, but she had never faced such a situation. Without thinking about the costs, she immediately jumped into action. The bald guy rushed in upon seeing this. He couldn't afford to lose these items. Despite being tied up, Annie still found a way to fight back, and even bit him back. What are you doing? Stop crying. Where do you think you're going? The big guy was an idiot, trying to use a random cord to tie Annie up, but she dodged him easily. He ended up breaking his nose, and soon the Godfather arrived, shocked at the chaos. The Godfather was overwhelmed, cursing left and right, while the most pitiful was Annie, who still couldn't understand why Ethan had run. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.